AITA for refusing to give my sister my house after she destroyed her own marriage. I honestly never thought buying my dream house would turn into the reason half my family stopped speaking to me, but somehow here we are. About 3 years ago, after working nonstop for almost a decade, I finally bought my first home. It wasn't some giant mansion, but to me it felt like proof that all the overtime, skipped vacations, and stress had finally paid off. Growing up, my family struggled financially, so owning a house before 30 felt impossible for most of my life. My older sister Melissa, on the other hand, always seemed to have everything handed to her. She was beautiful, outgoing, and somehow always found people willing to rescue her from consequences. While I spent years budgeting carefully and working extra shifts, Melissa married rich at 24. Her husband Daniel came from a wealthy family, paid for luxury vacations constantly, and basically funded the lifestyle she posted online every day. My parents adored him because they thought Melissa had made it in life. Meanwhile, I was treated like the boring, responsible sibling because I spent my 20s focused on work instead of parties and expensive trips. Honestly, I didn't resent Melissa at first. We were never super close, but I figured we just had different personalities. That changed after I bought my house. The second my family saw it, Melissa started making weird comments disguised as jokes. She'd laugh and say things like, "Must be nice being married to your job," or "I could never live somewhere this small." But then she'd turn around asking if she could host parties there because my place looked aesthetic. Looking back now, I think she genuinely assumed she'd always have a bigger, better life than me because she married money. Then everything completely exploded about a year later when Daniel found out Melissa had been cheating on him, and not just a one-time mistake either. Apparently, she'd been having an affair with her personal trainer for almost 8 months, while Daniel worked constantly to support their lifestyle. The craziest part, she genuinely believed she'd never get caught. But one night, Daniel came home early from a business trip and found the trainer in their house. According to relatives, the fight became so intense neighbors almost called the police. Within weeks, Daniel filed for divorce and immediately cut off most of Melissa's financial access. Suddenly, the glamorous life she built online disappeared overnight. No more luxury shopping, no more vacations, no more fancy restaurants every weekend. Honestly, I felt bad for her at first despite everything because divorce is still painful, even when you caused it. So when she asked if she could stay with me temporarily while figuring things out, I said yes. Biggest mistake of my life. The first week was fine, but then Melissa started acting like my house belonged to her. She criticized my furniture constantly, complained about my rules, and invited people over without asking me first. One night I came home from work and found 6 strangers drinking wine in my living room while Melissa laughed like she owned the place. When I confronted her privately afterward, she rolled her eyes and said I was uptight. Then things got worse. Packages I ordered started disappearing. Food I bought kept getting used up by Melissa and her friends. My utility bills doubled because she left lights, TVs, and the air conditioning running constantly. Meanwhile, she contributed absolutely nothing financially. Every time I brought it up, she'd start crying about how hard the divorce was and accuse me of lacking empathy. My parents took her side immediately. My mom kept reminding me that family helps family, while conveniently ignoring the fact that Melissa had never helped anyone in her life. Then came the moment that completely changed everything. One afternoon, I came home early from work because I wasn't feeling well. The second I walked inside, I heard voices upstairs in my bedroom. My stomach dropped instantly because Melissa wasn't supposed to be home either. I walked upstairs quietly and found Melissa giving a full apartment tour to 2 random people. At first, I thought maybe she was showing the house to friends. Then I heard her say, "The master bedroom gets great natural light." I interrupted, immediately asking what was going on. Melissa looked startled for maybe 2 seconds before casually admitting she'd listed MY House online as a short-term rental to make extra money. I genuinely thought I was hallucinating. She had been secretly renting out rooms in my house to strangers without my permission while I was at work. Apparently, she'd already taken deposits from multiple people. When I started yelling, she actually got angry at me and claimed she deserved compensation for house-sitting while I worked long hours. I told her she needed to leave immediately. That's when everything completely spiraled. Melissa burst into tears, screaming that I was throwing her out during the worst moment of her life. My parents rushed over within an hour after she called them crying hysterically. Instead of being horrified by what she did, they immediately focused on the fact that I wanted her out. My dad literally told me I was being selfish because I had more space than I needed anyway. Then my mom suggested maybe I should temporarily move in with a friend so Melissa could have stability during the divorce. I honestly felt like I was losing my mind. They were seriously asking me to leave the house I spent years working for because my sister cheated on her husband and got caught. The argument became massive. Melissa accused me of always secretly hiding her success. I reminded her that her success disappeared the second someone stopped funding it. That comment made her completely lose it. She started screaming about how I thought I was better than everyone because I had money now. Meanwhile, all I could think about was the fact that none of this would have happened if she hadn't betrayed her husband in the first place. Eventually, I told everyone to leave my house immediately. My dad called me cold-hearted on the way out. My mom cried, saying I was destroying the family. And Melissa told me she hoped I enjoyed being alone forever because money can't buy relationships. The irony of hearing relationship advice from someone who destroyed her marriage by cheating honestly would have been funny if the situation wasn't so exhausting. But the drama still wasn't over. Over the next few weeks, relatives started contacting me nonstop after hearing Melissa's version of events. According to her, I threw her out with nowhere to go because I was jealous of her. She conveniently left out the part where she secretly rented my house to strangers. Some relatives believed her immediately and started posting passive-aggressive comments online about selfish family members who abandon people during hard times. One aunt even called me directly saying I should apologize because Melissa was emotionally fragile. Meanwhile, Melissa apparently moved in with one of her friends and continued partying constantly, while pretending online she was rebuilding her life through healing and self-growth. The craziest part. About 2 months later, Daniel contacted me privately asking if Melissa still had access to my house because expensive watches and jewelry were missing from their old home. Apparently, during the divorce process, he discovered Melissa had secretly been selling some of his belongings online for cash. Suddenly, everything made sense. The missing packages, the weird strangers coming over, the constant secrecy. Honestly, realizing how manipulative she'd become genuinely scared me. Eventually, my parents stopped pressuring me once they learned more details about what Melissa had been doing financially behind the scenes. But even now, family gatherings feel awkward because Melissa still blames me for abandoning her during the divorce. Sometimes I replay everything wondering if I should have handled it differently. Maybe I could have been more patient. Maybe kicking her out immediately was harsh. But honestly, she didn't just disrespect my house. She disrespected years of sacrifice and hard work that built the life she tried taking advantage of. I spent my entire 20s building stability while she spent hers assuming someone else would always save her. Maybe refusing to rescue her forced reality to finally hit. Still, after all the family drama and fallout, I can't help wondering sometimes, was I the asshole? Like this video if you think family should still respect boundaries. Comment what you would have done in this situation. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and share for more crazy Reddit stories.